So, hey guys, and welcome to XP11. Yep, back in XP as per usual, and a little bit later than usual, but I was a bit earlier. I was a bit busier this morning, so yeah, I thought I'd give it a go today. Now, so flying the 737-900, the Ultimate from the Ultimate slash Zibo team. Currently XP11, currently VATSIM. You can obviously tell by the floating airplane over there. And like I said, we're going to fly from Seattle to Salt Lake today. So this was a request flight from someone. It was requested by AviaMeme, I believe it was. Yes, it was AviaMeme. So if you do tune in, then hello. But no, it should be a pretty good flight, this one. About 2 hours in length, 2 hours 5 minutes. Otherwise, we're going for the usual stuff. So we're going for packs. We'll be going for the other passenger hours and stuff. I do need to set up the overlays. I've just realised I've not actually done that yet. My fault. So we plug that all in. So it's KC to K Salt Lake City. Call signs Delta Airlines 678 with a cruising altitude of 31,000 feet. Real time view is fine. We'll apply that. While there's in the background, we shall start the flight. When I was landing in DXB, good luck. Have fun with that. While I'm here, let me set up the aircraft for me. Right, ground services, or set chocks, or connects the GPU. GPU on. Start the IRS. FMS, navigator out there, that's fine. Position, initialization. Okay. Right, so we're currently at Seattle, because I've not flown this aircraft before. It doesn't have anything to get the reference from. Gates Bravo 7. So take this data. I mean, they tell me that I should technically be doing it from here. IRS left position, but no, I had too much of an issue with that. We'll go to routes, and also select that. There we go. The overhead stuff should now appear on your screen. Welcome extra. How you doing today? How you all doing? I need that. KC. Destination Kilo Sierra Lima Charlie, Kilo Salt Lake City. Currently we'll type it manually. Flight number, it's Delta Airlines 678. With our runway in use, I'm not actually too sure which runway is in use right now. Let's get a quick weather information here. KC. Winds are... Where's the winds? 7 knots, 280. So if we were to get the departure runway, it would be one of the 16s. I go to flight radar 24 and see which runway is in use specifically, because there are 3 runways here at Seattle, and so it'll either be the center or the right one that will be departing from. So if we go to Seattle on the map, and then get everything ready to go. Pardon me. Pardon me if my voice is going a little bit. Doing airsoft this morning, so yeah, my voice is a little bit dead right now. Okay, so there she's the northerly heading runway left. 3-4 it would be. 3-4 left, okay. That's landing aircraft. Departing right, that makes more sense. Alright, 3-4 right, select that. Init ref, that's fine. Activate and execute. Perfect. Grab the FW, reserves. Let's actually refuel the aircraft now, so weight and balance. We require 7681. So center tank will be empty. 7681. Divide that by 2. We require 3841 in each. So 3841 0 3841 and done. Apply that, perfect. Reserves, I'm not quite sure what Delta to use, but we'll go for the standard Ryanair 1.1. Of course, the next of. Let me actually see what the Delta Airlines cost index. See what the number is. We should be requiring Delta Airlines 5. Whoops. So plug that in. And cruising altitude is 310. In the US, we're doing altimeter transition at 18,000. You need to remember that. 255.61. Cool. Execute that. M1 limit set to take off. Do that in a moment. Now go to route. Next page. Not too many waypoints today. We are going to go to summer. And that'll be via the Summer 1 departure. We'll plug it in a moment. And it's Juliet 54 to Bravo Kilo Echo. Bravo Kilo Echo. And it's direct to Bravo Yankee India, where we then go on to a Skis 5 approach. Once we do go onto that, likewise, we'll double check the winds as well, in case that is to change. Flaps 10 as standard. Flying a 737-900 like I say, so expecting a slightly higher. Okay, maybe not. 1, 2, 3. Seems very slow for 900, but we'll see. 4 minutes alignment. We'll start setting everything up on the overhead. So left hand side fuel tanks for the APU. Once you turn that on, we'll do that once the APU is aligned, just to not disturb that connecting. We shall start up packs now. So you guys won't be able to see this on the screen, but something that we'll need to look into later. Departure time will be maybe 15 minutes. Flight time is 2:05. Cruising altitude 31,000 feet. Flight number is Delta Airlines 678. And our aircraft is a Boeing 737-900. Aircraft is Wi-Fi equipped. Safe demonstration. We don't have Delta Airlines one, so we use the default. And we'll just pick it at 177 passengers on board. That sounds a fair number for Seattle to Salt Lake. Legend flying this route. No worries, man. No worries. No worries. Like I say, a few people have asked me in the past to do a few more American routes, so yeah, I'm not doing American routes. I specifically requested Seattle to Salt Lake. We're doing Seattle to Salt Lake. Got some of the fancy scenery here. I don't remember what it's called. Ortho, that's it. And I don't know if there's some at Salt Lake. I'll need to double check. I don't think there is, but regardless, should still be a pretty good flight anyways. 2 minutes to alignment, overhead's looking fine. Turn on the hydraulics. I mean, when I flew the 787 last weekend, longest flights, didn't remember turning them on the ground, which leads to a rather interesting scenario on takeoff. Right, so 31. Down here, 31. Too much. There we go. And takeoff speed 1, 2, 3 again. That seems a bit light, but that's what the FMS says we need. That's what we go for. Welcome Aviator to Edinburgh. Oh, we've got another Aviator, right? Shame we got rid of Heathrow, Goran. But no, welcome Edinburgh. How you doing? How you doing? Right, so everything should now be aligned in 1 minute. So that will pop on our displays in a couple of moments. Roof's been plugged in, FMS has been set up, so that's no longer an issue. Let me also start the flights on Projects Flight, so you guys can track me on that if required. Do you know why it says your navigation database is out of date? Basically, the XP11 default database is currently... what is the date? It should say it on here actually. Init ref index. There you go. So nav data on this is July 2018. Hang on, July 20 August. Ah, cool. So yeah, it's August 2017 is the active database currently on the X-Plane default FMS. Although it's there you go, FMS is aligned now. Although we're currently now on June 2019 data, which means that data in Explained by default is 2 years out of date. In FSX, the data is about 2004 is the data. No, 2003 is the data. So it's 16 years out of date in FSX and P3D, which is why, unless you get something like a Navigraph subscription, which updates it every month when the new Eric cycle releases, you'll always be behind in the default simulator data. I mean, it's not terribly bad. Waypoints don't change drastically, but if you're looking to get something updated, Navigraph is basically what you're going to do. Grindy mate. Sounds good? Sounds good. Right, so, everything's now starting, everything's tracking, we're on VATSIM, we know what run we're taking off on, so what I will do is go for the pushback. We'll pre-plan it, won't start it just yet, we do need to go through a quick APU startup, although that won't take me too long at all. Right, so I'll stick you there.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
FMS is set up, although I do need to quickly set a departure, which will be a summer 9. Double check that, all looks good. Flight plan, like I said, not too many waypoints, but that's all been input. Should also check if anyone's online. I don't want to be taken off if there's an active tower. Right now we've got an observer, but no active tower, so we shall not be requiring any contacts. Make sure everything sets to 1 to 2.8 cent for Unicom. 1 to 2.8. Sets the co-pilots to VHF1 just before there's any conflicts. And TCAS will start after pushback. Welcome Josh, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the chats. Right, let's start up the APU. Left fuel tanks are active, so we shall be getting fuel into the APU. The APU is now starting, and then once that has done, we'll basically be secure and ready for pushback. Have a look at passengers. In fact, let's speak to the passengers, shall we? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking from the flight deck. We welcome you aboard this Delta Airlines flight from Seattle to Salt Lake City, where the flight time is about 2 hours and 5 minutes with clear skies throughout the journey. We hope you sit back, relax and enjoy the flight, and any questions, please don't hesitate to ask our cabin crew, who will help you with any queries. Thank you very much. Alright, so this was a generic public address. We'll go to the passengers. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking from the flight deck. Welcome aboard this Delta Airlines flight from Seattle to Salt Lake City, where the flight time is about 2 hours and 5 minutes with clear skies throughout the journey. We hope you sit back, relax and enjoy the flight, and any questions, please don't hesitate to ask our cabin crew, who will help you with. Okay, yes, they're still slightly cutting off the text on packs, but it's nothing major. Is he on Project Fly? Yes, I am on Project Fly, so you'll be able to see me on the ground at Seattle. Right, well the APU will have started up now, so power on to that, GPU off. Fuel pumps on for the engine startup, GPU disconnect, chocks removal, better pushback, west pushback.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Avi tab, we'll go to the airport information. Whoops, woo, what have I done there? I know what I've done there, it's very awkward. Basically, because I held the mouse down on the tablet and then selecting the airport option gives you a different keyboard, you can type with it. Basically just locks down my keys with that one. Right, so it's Seattle, Salt Lake City, and yeah, I'll keep it on this information for now. That's the information I'm interested in at the bottom there, the weather update.
Cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight.
Got a request from Josh, I'll add you.
Items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you.
There you go.
Trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Sounds good. Make sure that the seatbelt sign is active. Don't know why I did that for some reason. Overhead panel, make sure everything else is confirmed. AP bleed actually comes on, which is important. Packs are off.
If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you.
Your
Please make
dampers
sure you are willing and
active,
able
fuel
to
pumps
perform the
active as
actions
required,
If you are not able or
strobes,
prefer not to
anti-collisions
perform these
on,
actions,
logo
please let
lights
a flight
off since
attendant
it's
know and
daytime.
you received it.
Everything else
You are
looks
free
good.
to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are
Set
stowed
my
once we
altimeter
depart
up.
the
That
station.
shouldn't
Thank
be
you and
too much of a
welcome
hassle,
aboard.
but it's... we're in America, aren't we?
So
Altimeter
connected and bypass
29.
pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I'll show you altimeter in a second. But we are in the US, we do need to do this in the American style. Parking brakes released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So roger that. Wait for the pushback start, and then engine 2 will turn on. Like I say, it shouldn't be a particularly difficult flight today. It's just my first time in 739.
Good afternoon, ladies
Which
and
maybe have
gentlemen,
a
and
slight
welcome
learning curve
aboard.
to it, it's nothing
Please note the
major.
cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices
Really?
are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have
Explain
not already,
traffic,
please
eh?
fasten your seatbelt and
Because my aircraft
verify
coming
it is
towards
well and
them,
tight across
they
your
all
lap.
slow down
Your
for
emergency seatback
no
must be in the full
genuine
upright
reason.
locked position for
We'll
departure.
ignore them,
Cabin
we'll
crew,
carry on our
prepare cabin
pushback.
for departure.
Engine 1, start up. Just realised I left my water bottle outside my room, and it is boiling in London today. Very humid as well, so not too
Ladies and
pleasant
gentlemen, please
without
direct
any
your
drinking
attention to the
water.
front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten,
Nice and
make
tight
sure
there
metal
with the
fittings into one
catering
another.
vehicle there.
Fasten by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
I don't actually doubt about
Release
any
the seatbelt, lift
collisions,
the upper
which
portion of
is
the buckle.
not
In the
too
event
bad.
that the seatbelt light is not on, we
Cheers,
suggest
dude.
you
No
keep
worries,
the
man.
seatbelt
No
fastened
worries.
in case of
Right,
unexpected
engines
emergency.
active. Bring past the
There are several
engines.
emergency
Switch
exits
the
on this
bleeds.
aircraft. Please take a few
APU
moments
off
now to locate
and
your nearest
packs
exit.
on.
In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind your head.
Right, so
Tighten
it should
the
be
strap
done
if
in a
necessary
couple of
and move
seconds.
normally. Although the
Park
bag
brake
does not
set,
sway,
which will be
oxygen
then
is
time for
flowing
the
through
flaps
mask.
down, trim
If you are
down,
traveling with a
TCAS
child or someone
active,
who requires assistance,
and
secure
then
your mask
taxi to
first
runway.
and
It's
then
not
a
too far away
seatbelt.
from us, the
Keep your
runway.
mask on until a member of the crew
Just ahead of
advises
us
you
there.
to take your seat.
Operation
Any
complete.
unlikely event
Set
for water
parking brake.
leaking, a life
Parking
vest
brake
is located
active.
in a pouch under your seat.
Disconnect from
Please
tow.
stand 10.
Stand by.
To do so, open the plastic pouch and unzip
We'll
the
keep it
vest.
on
Flip it over
this
your
page,
head.
yes,
Strap the strap around
311
your waist and
trim.
buckle at the front. Hold the strap in tight. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
Trim
If
set
it doesn't
and
inflate automatically,
TCAS.
you may blow into the mouth to
That
convert
will
manual to
come
These vests
on.
is equipped with a whistle and a light if you need to. Your
Altimeter.
seat is used as a secondary protection device. Please make sure to exit the aircraft as soon as possible.
There we go. That'll be, let's connect that.
Make sure your
3010.
seatbelts are fastened
Which
and
also go
seat backs
to
and tray
settings
cables are in their full
and make
upright
sure that
position.
everything is set
We
up
remind you that
correctly.
this is a non-smoking
We're in American,
flight.
so pounds
Tampering
makes
with,
sense.
disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited
Hi,
by
sync
law. All of
captain.
this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back
And
in front
that
of you.
should
Please
be
read it and let a cabin member
enough
know
for
if
me.
you have any questions.
Tow is disconnected and
Save
bypass pin
that.
has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. So, airport information set. Like I say, not expecting anything major to happen. Refresh out once more. All looking good. TCAS set, flaps down, trim done. You're now going to move to the left, and by the time you get your hand signal, I'll be able to start taxiing to runway. And perfect. Taxi lights active. One last check of the overhead, make sure everything is looking good. Parking brakes release. Throttle up, and let's get us to the runway. So, 737-900s. How difficult can it really be? I mean, I've done the PMDG 739. Well, that's about as far as I've done with that. And my last attempts, well, my last two attempts, were very heavy landings. So, next PN11 being much more, I guess, difficult, per se, in terms of the flight dynamics and flight model. We'll see how this one goes for us. Have got the split scimitar winglets, I've just realised. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that's what we're going with today, so that's what we're going with, I guess. And yeah, I'm not expecting too much out of the ordinary. Taxi is almost complete, so runway is just ahead of us. We are on Unicom, like I say, so we'll announce our takeoff intentions. But I don't think anybody's coming into Seattle just yet, so we shan't have any issue with that. Right hand turn. Followed by a left hand turn. Going a little fast maybe, but nothing particularly terrible. And then hold position here, since this is the stop point. Make sure the parking brake's set, doesn't roll on chatting. Looks good on the approach, but KC traffic departing runway 38. Yep, 38 left, no right. Sets the landing lights, taxi lights off, turn on lights come on, and everything else is looking good. Parking brake released, onto the runway, and let's get out of it. Oh yes, and parking brake sets to reject, sorry, auto brake sets to reject takeoff, just in case we do need to cut short, but I doubt that will be the case. Auto throttle active. We are in Delta Airlines, so N1 will be our option for throttles. Right, N1 set. Both engines are stable. Continue takeoff roll.
knots.
80 knots. V1 rotates. It's a very strong crosswind coming in from the left hand sides. Positive rate, gear up. You get aircraft level. Trim's pretty much spot on for us. 400s. Sets the autopilots. Flaps up 1. 1000. Rejected brakes come off. Flaps up again. And 200 knots. Flaps up. And there we have it. Delta Airlines departing from Seattle, which should be behind us. There we go. Not a terrible takeoff run, slightly off the runway in terms of runway heading, so obviously the wind has pushed us to the side slightly. By the time we do come to our first turn, we should be alright in terms of our flight routing. Do that very shortly. There's an aircraft to my right somewhere, so I do need to keep an eye out for that. There's a Boeing field just below us, home of the 737 MAX parking issues and all that. You know, I think that may be Renton, where all the Maxes are. Well, actually, they could be down here. Yeah, no, they are at Boeing Fields. And then you've also got the Seattle port, and then the city itself is just in front of us, yes, just in front of us down below. Never been to Seattle, although it is a city I will very likely be going to at some point one day, especially if it's doing the Boeing tour or something. I mean, the US is a country I'll definitely be into at some points. Maybe not my favourite place in the world, but would be interesting regardless. Right, so did we fail to make the first turn? Not yet. There we go, yeah, I've made the first turn, so aircraft is en route, and we'll do the rest. Right, it's coming up to 10,000 shortly, so we'll be turning off the seatbelt sight, no, landing lights. See what signs we'll do once we do the second turn, once I'm happy that the weather is clear. Like I say, I'm not expecting too much out of the ordinary today. Few clouds, not quite as clear as I said it would be, but regardless, we are still making a head-on flight. Right, 10,000, landing lights off, turn off lights off, taxi lights already off, and that should be that.
As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small fee. We do offer complimentary in-flight communication to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information.
Yeah, so we'll now be on the outskirts of Seattle itself, heading southbound. And Salt Lake itself is also a very large city. You'll probably be able to spot the lake it's next to, hence the name, for a fair bit out before we do make our approach into the city. Yeah, so a few first-hand turns, nothing too crazy. Although that waypoint there's looking rather interesting. Well, the aircraft will correct it. We are making the right turn for it now, so yeah, that should be alright. There we go. Delta stuff done. So we should now be getting on course. 18,000 feet, altimeter sets. Because the US does have a really high altimeter for whatever reason. I've never understood the American transition altitude, why it's set to 18,000 feet. Certainly different compared to the rest. Likewise, I'll go to fly Lua Macros Realistic Pro. Let me enable it for this aircraft, just for the extra aircraft feeling. We'll match the 738, since it's not too dissimilar aircraft, and both powered by Zibo, so should be the same setup regardless. Otherwise, everything's pretty much standards. Seatbelt signs come off. Passengers are now free to roam around the cabin. Right, let's actually open up the packet screen, just for the sake of you guys. See what the passengers are doing. Just make sure it's centered as well. Yeah, that'll do. So, passengers on board, if you're interested in their names. We do get the end of flight reports. I'll definitely drop that later on, but yeah, it's basically the same standard stuff. Let's have a look at some of them. So, Mitchell Page is on leisure, 13 years old. Ian Burns, 18 years old, on business. Sherry, 18 years old, for a leisure trip. Jesus, I'm not sure what the name will be in terms of that pronunciation. 18 years old on business. 14 years on leisure. Quite a lot of young passengers on board today. I must say. There we go, 72 years old on leisure, 25 on business, 4 years old leisure. Very young, very young. Passenger Escobar. I get bored of that message, I'll be honest. Not my favourite, does kill the realism slightly. But hey, people enjoy it, it's a meme for the Zibo, so they live with it. There's that mountain, I don't know its name, it's just outside of Seattle. Otherwise, that is the main bit of departure done. So, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing watching the stream? Hope you're enjoying it. Should be at cruising altitude very shortly, passing through 26,000 now, so we're about 5,000 away now. 5 more flight levels to climb, and then it's just home sailing for that. Yeah, left hand coming up in a little bit, it's not much of a problem. And it's the left hand turn before we do anything else. And before I do get to that waypoint as well, I will require to set my approach, because if I do check my legs, altitude for last point will be through on 0, which means either the descent will be coming definitely after that. It will be a skis 4 approach, that's what I do know. In terms of runway, we'll need to find that out in a couple of minutes. The aircraft itself, Delta Airlines 739, not doing too bad, certainly flying through the winds and all that so far quite nicely. I guess, I mean, this is my first time flying the 739, like I say, the first time flying the Ultimates. I've not even flown the 700 yet. There's also an aircraft I do need to download try out at some point here on X-Plane. The main reason I never tried the 900 Ultimates is I never really had a route to fly it on. As for the 700, I think I was busy the weekend it came out. So I wasn't in the, wasn't even in London at that time, so something that kind of came and went, and so never got the opportunity to jump onto that. But regardless, it's nice to give it a go finally. It's not looking too bad. Certainly not looking too bad. 900 cabin interior, very long indeed. The cabin door is closed, so I'm not quite sure why it looks like it's open. So open, it looks like that. Closed. Yeah, still looks like that. I don't understand. But regardless, it is a super long 900 cabin. 2 class layouts. So I've got business class as well as economy in this one. So let me just stick it onto the slightly closer window to the front. There you go. Got a good curtain barrier blockade thing there. Row seats taken up by this block. Is that the seat missing a window? Which row would that be? Because I know 73 is missing 2 windows. Although in this interior, it doesn't seem they've actually added its Zibo team. And there could be that there. And yep, that there. Okay, so they have added it. Very nice detail indeed. Ooh, that would be annoying for some passengers. Just cursing in front of your displays there. Can't use the screen. You pay for this seat, you want to use your screen. Not gonna happen, I'm afraid. Anyways, we're at cruising altitude now. Oh. Oh no. Will we have scenery at Salt Lake? I should have checked that, shouldn't I? I mean, I don't fly in the US too often, but I don't see why I'd be missing that. Hey, the worst case scenario will be landing in a... We'll be still landing on an airport. We just won't have any scenery to go with it. Yeah. Well, we'll carry on regardless. Like I say, just determines on where we'll be landing. And hey, it does mean also that if I do miss the runway for whatever reason, you guys will certainly know it, because we'd either be on the land or we'd be in the water. No, fingers crossed, there will be scenery over where we're flying. Gosh, I have to say it's been well too warm in London recently. 35 degrees today, things hit like 37 at the maximum. And, well, yeah, being very humid as well, we're in Ireland. Certainly has led to an uncomfortable day, for sure. I mean, I've spent all day doing airsoft, so, yeah, every couple of weeks I do airsoft, a couple of friends. Yeah. It was fun, but very warm, very warm. What have you said, Josh? Beautiful views. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's just hope the views stay and doesn't turn into just water, which is what I'm fearing at the moment, and it looks like maybe the case if that is just unloaded mesh scenery for bits of land that don't quite exist. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. What airsoft weapon do I have? I've got an APS UAR. Yes, an APS UAR, Urban Assault Rifle. Not based for a real gun. It was a gun they put together for fun to make like the most effective weapon possible for close combat quarters, the bullpup. And it was one of those guns that was so good that the Polish army actually turned it into a real thing. Yes. Let me find the name of the gun. APS UAR Polish. It got turned into a weapons. Not that one. I have to find a name, but it was not a real gun, but they liked it so much they turned it into a real thing. Yeah, some of the scenery in America really is stunning. Although I'm concerned by, I don't know, it's just a normal like, not yet a scenery issue. I'm gonna keep a close eye on that, it's for sure. But I'm still expecting a good flight regardless, especially in the 739. And there is always a first time for everything. And so, yeah, left it quite late today, but regardless, still should be pretty good. Also, Nick, nice to see you've actually turned up for once. You've actually made it for 2 streams within a 6-month gap, so round of applause to you. But no, it's all good. It's all good. And then for me tomorrow, I'll probably be heading to the Rice Ladder Railway again, so the place I've been in the last couple of videos on. I'll take a small break from that place. Plus you have the M16 own custom grip made for it, sounds good. Your side arm is a 1911 4 metal, sounds good, sounds good. So I got the APS UAR, I've then also got a, gosh hang on, what is it? Got my Taiwan gun order list, because that's where I do my gun ordering from. Great store, especially for Europe. What is the name of my pistol? What's the brand of it as well? The pistol I got is it's a full metal, proper blowback and everything. It only cost me £20, about $25. And for what it is, genuinely really good. The only reason it was so cheap was because it was an end-of-life gun, as a new generation of it just came in, so basically selling it cheap to get rid of the old stock. So 20 quid, I'm not complaining about that. It's a G139 by Well TGG. And then all my kits, excess British Army stuff, and a vest to go with it, I guess. Nothing too fancy, but it gets me there on a week-by-week basis, so I'm not complaining too much. So, cruising it through on 0, not a particularly high cruise compared to most weeks, but should still be alright for us today. ETA is 23:16 Zulu, so that would be 16 minutes past midnight. And they have put a mistake on the project flight information. I'll change that. You can't change it. It's fine. Yeah, so... Actually, no. That is correct. We're just supposedly coming in an hour early. Fair enough. He's saying for a airsoft sniper. Specifically Novitec SSG-24. Not bad. Currently have the mess around the yard. Doesn't help. Yeah, not bad, not bad. The SSG-24 is a pretty good gun, that. I'm not much of a sniper myself, but I do believe I've actually handled the gun once or twice. There's a guy at my local site that does quite a few different snipers. I may have handled it at one point, SSG. Yeah, I'm sure I have. Very good gun, nice weight to it. Definitely get a few shots in as well. If you're looking for a not crazily expensive sniper, but one that does a pretty good job, that's pretty much as good as you can get, really. But I will say the UAR is probably the best gun I've handled so far. Decent range, decent power behind it. Never had a breakdown or anything with it. It's a very sturdy gun. My only complaint with it is that the battery is just awkward. Both the V1 and the V2. The V1 was just annoyingly stuck in the front of it, and V2 they've put it in the shoulder bit, and it's just too small to hold any actual battery with it. Alright, let's have a look at this flight progress so far. Nothing too much to stand out about. Let's have a look at the runway in use at Salt Lake. I don't think the winds will change particularly much between now and approach, so I might as well start looking at setting that up. But we don't really need to go into the approach phase for a fair bit. Alright, if I know where Salt Lake City is, I'll also be able to find that quite easily. Problem is, I don't. Where's Yakima? Canewick. There it is, Salt Lake City. So, there's the airports. And aircraft are currently landing. I hope you're landing parallel runway, because that's looking quite awkward. American Lines 1462 and SkyWest 3506. I presume it's parallel landing because I'm not quite well spaced out. Anyways, it's northerly facing runway on the left, so that would be 34 left. Execute. The approach, I said, was a skis approach. No transition. Have a look at how that would look. So go to plan, zoom in a little bit more, and then just skip, skip, skip. That's all fine. And then it does program the aircraft to not particularly do a great job at coming around. With that closer detail, so step, Anity to Cedar. And after Cedar, it goes to right. So vectors, wherever the vector is, to done LP. So what I may do is, because I'm not quite sure where the vector is, I'll stick it on top of that. So step, makes the turn in, which is good. It's a bit of a tight one at first, but that doesn't matter. And then it comes in for landing. Perfect. We'll execute that. Let's take it back in the legs. And then set it back to the map mode. So we'll now be able to start our descent once we get to the... which waypoint is it? To the same waypoint as before, BYI. And then Bear will need to be at 195, which isn't too difficult. worries. Sounds good, Josh and Nick. While I'm here, let me have a look at what the frequencies are for both airports. 119344. 111.9. 111.9. Oh boy. 344. Well, this is not quite reset properly, so it's just going to be random, of course, in the middle of nowhere. That's the first one done. And the second one, I'll best go backwards. Perfect. So I no longer require that. Just in the background. Have a quick talk to our passengers. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, again from the flight deck. We are at our cruising altitude of 31,000 feet, which is about 10,000 meters in the air, 10 kilometers up. And we are well on our way to Salt Lake City. Flight time should be another hour and a half, though we may make a fair bit of time in the approach, so we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, once again, we do ask you to sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and we once again thank you for flying with Delta Airlines. Generic, that'll do. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, again from the flight deck. We are at our cruising altitude of 31,000 feet, which is about 10,000 meters in the air, 10 kilometers up. And we are well on our way to Salt Lake City. Flight time should be another hour and a half, though we may make a fair bit of time in the approach, so we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, once again, we do ask you to sit back, relax, enjoy the flights, and we once again thank you for flying with Delta Airlines. I like PAX. It's a very good add-on, very fancy, very nice for what it is. It's finally the almost the FS Passenger's spiritual successor we've all been waiting for. And yeah, the scenery does not exist here, so... Salt Lake City, you may just be a water runway. Oops! Now, we'll carry on the flight. Hopefully it won't cause too much issues. As long as the approach is still Salt Lake City, then we'll be able to land without any issues. And next time, when I'm flying the US, I'll remember to have the scenery installed. Hobby or career? Very much a career for me. No, hobby, no, sorry. Ignore that. No, YouTube is just a hobby for me. There is no way I could ever make enough to bring this as a full-time thing. In terms of real-world flying, I'm doing a private pilot's license, but that'll just be a hobby license, nothing professional either. Nah, digital marketing's a career I'm not quite happy with, so it's what I stick with. It's what I stick with. I mean, as much as I'd like YouTube to be a career, it's one of those things that is just probably not achievable in my lifetime, so no real push for it. I'm not exactly the most popular person in the world. I mean, how many people are actually watching this right now? 5. Yeah, so I do appreciate you guys watching it. I mean, don't get me wrong with that. But you look at people like Matt Davies, Chewy, all those guys with hundreds of thousands of views. Yeah, this channel's nowhere near that big, so it's a hobby. It's a hobby. You guys enjoy it. I enjoy talking to you guys. What's there not to enjoy it? Lake Bonneville, is that what it's called? Cool. Bourneville, sorry. Bonneville? Yeah, Bonneville. And Yeah, like I say, there's a few people that tune into my streams fairly often. Same names that do come up. Like I say, small community, but I enjoy talking to you guys about it. As for the excuse, yeah, sounds good. Welcome to the stream Code 6. How you doing today? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Bonneville dried up and left us GSL. Thank you, Norris man. Small active community is better than large endowments. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the channel as it stands on YouTube has 1 point... how many million views? 1.16 million views. In fact, 1.17 now. I mean, half my views are coming from one video, which is the FSX vs X-Plane one. But regardless, it's still small, it's still growing, it keeps me going, I guess. Views-wise, some videos get 1,000, some don't hit 100. Bounces around maybe 200-300. It's not terrible by any means. I do enjoy it. Live stream as well, can be quite interactive, get a few high views. I mean, when it comes to me on YouTube, I think the main thing I focus on is just the interactivity of it. A lot of people do praise me on like the way I answer questions, talk to you guys and all that. Interactivity is what I enjoy. Keeps you guys interested as well. Trying to figure out what to do with YouTube. What do you enjoy, basically? I mean, for me, I enjoy simulators. So, simulators is kind of just the only thing I do on here. But if it's not what you enjoy, then why force yourself into something you don't particularly want to do? That's the main question. Alright, what I'm going to try and do is install the X-Plane scenery for America and have that overlaid underneath this. Fingers crossed it works. It may require a scenery reload, but I have got the install in the background. That's currently chugging away, 18 minutes or so until it finishes. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm not expecting too much of a hassle with it. My only concern if it closes X-Plane. If it closes X-Plane, then we have a problem. Alright, how's the install doing? 9 minutes left. Please X-Plane don't crash on me. Well, I've never had too many crashing issues. Reloading stuff does tend to throw things a little bit off. Go for the passenger update while I'm here. Pardon me. So, everyone's satisfied. Hour and a half expected arrival. Everything is looking pretty much fine. Happy, alright content. No one's down in any way. Yeah, passengers are pretty much fine as it is. Settings wise, nothing in particular I need to worry about, so just close that. Any specific interactions? Not just yet. It's all pretty much going fine at the moment. Welcome Niels, how you doing? How you doing? I'm not too bad. It's currently melting here in London because it's just too blooming hot and humid. I'm playing airsoft all day today. Certainly a bit of a extra heated, running around the forest with extra weights on me in terms of gear. It was maybe a bad idea, but I enjoyed it. I'm currently installing some X-Plane scenery, just so that I don't have this water issue over most of the USA. Same here, 35, yeah, too hot in the UK today. Too hot in Europe, full stop. Yesterday, France, 46 degrees. That I could not imagine, especially around the coast where it's humid. No way. No way at all. Right, scenery update is now 8 minutes away. It's not the fastest download ever, but we are streaming at the same time, so upload downloads are going to be pretty full on my bandwidth. Alright, so now about halfway through the flight right now. Halfway through the flight as it is. And we have made a fairly decent time. Winds are currently on our side, 37 knots coming from behind. Slight across the left, but nothing particularly too major. No, winds have certainly helped us so far today, so fingers crossed, hope we'll continue with that. Like I say, we're currently flying at a cost index of 5, so fairly efficient, not the fastest in the world, but should be enough to keep on going. You want to see the conductors and Train Sim World where you get to open a door. Again, Train Sim World multiplayer is something Delta games have promised, but we'll just have to wait and see when they release it. I know something that the devs there are definitely trying to do. I've spoken to them quite a lot about it, but how far they are, no one knows. No one knows for sure. And they're still very much going through the editor right now, actually getting that out in this full release. A little bit delayed, but again, on its way. On its way. On the editor for now taking ages. It has been delayed by a bit, like I say. I'm not quite sure when it releases. I mean, I've been trying to get Pelson to say something, but again, there's no dates they can confirm yet, so just have to again wait and see what happens. Fingers crossed it will be within our lifetime. Right, so the US scenery download's almost complete. Not too much of it left to go. And then, like I say, fingers crossed, X-Plane doesn't crash everything on me when I try and reload scenery. Fortunately, it's quite a heavy cloud cover, so not particularly seeing much of the water below. On that side we are, but on that side we're not. And then we'll just reload everything from that. You're streaming X-Plane and authoring. No, I'm downloading the actual scenery for XP11 America because I forgot to download it and it's just water. So because I had the author over Seattle, the Seattle scenery is there, but at the moment I leave, nothing else is actually loaded up. So I actually need to download America in the first place before I even go for any author. So I didn't stream out the pop-up. I actually want to continue. You don't have a scenery for this location, so this is what I'm doing right now, just downloading everything from the get-go. But hey, as long as our passengers haven't questioned it, as long as they're all happy, they're all perfectly satisfied. Ooh, Mendoza. That's the name of one of the developers. There's another Mendoza on board. Any airport is like Hong Kong now. Yes. So there's no land from any side. It is literally just going to be a floating water platform in the middle of nowhere. Which is why I bet senior wouldn't be too much to go on this. I mean, I can land it, but still, nice to have a bit of scenery. Found oh yeah, playing Minecraft. Right, okay. Wish me luck. Reload the scenery. So, fingers crossed, guys, because scenery updates, I know, can sometimes be a little bit crashy, and if they do load up, the weather will need updating, so yeah, may flip the aircraft around. Should be alright, should be alright. I won't click anything sporadically just to make sure that it loads properly. But, hey, again, you know what X-Plane's like. Just fingers crossed it won't be devastating for us. Take a couple of moments to load since this is first time loading scenery. My SSD, I should probably check the space on that now, just in case. Oh, it's got a bit, still got a bit of space left, so should be alright regardless of that. Was uploaded today, 29, so I won't have the, yeah, it does that, 29, 6, 23, 25, that is correct. Yeah, okay, everything has updated. So, just in the hopes that it loads. There we go, reading new scenery files. This is a step that will take a couple of moments because this is a completely new scenery file. Go on, X-Plane. Take your time. Here we go, here we go. Disconnected, that's fine, I can reconnect. Whoa! 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 Same flight plan. I know someone's not going to be happy with that. And they're still satisfied. Yeah, okay, they're alright with that. But it has worked. We have got world scenery. Drawyah, high five. Like I said, I was slightly scared it wouldn't work, but no, that has worked beautifully. So now I've got the US scenery in, and the rest of our flights should now be proper. I want to go to Squawk Box, Preferences, and change the weather check to every 5 minutes again. Since I said that to a long extended time, I was flying over Europe for the 787 17-hour stream, longest flight, because I was starting to lag a little bit of the weather, but it should be alright now I'm in the US with what's basically default scenery now for the rest of the way. But yeah, it's looking so much better now. We've actually got, well, the actual scenery for this area. So much better indeed. And at least I now know for next time that if I do ever forget to load scenery again, it is possible just to stick it all back together again, and yeah, not have any issues in terms of the loading. There wasn't a particularly massive part of the flights that were missing the scenery for. So I've got a little while left to go for the flights before we start our descent, so that's all good as well. A quick look at Projects Fly, goes to the radar. There we are. And that's looking perfect. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Cool. And like I say, it's nice actually doing a flight again outside of Europe, outside of the Ryanair standard stuff I do every week. If you guys ever have any flight requests or anything, send them my way, and I'll happily do them. Short, medium hauls generally what I go for, but long haul I don't particularly mind too much now. Especially stuff I want to bring a little bit more onto this channel, so maybe a few transatlantic flights here and there. And the 17-hour flight was just an extreme. It was a good one, but it wasn't extreme, so we'll see what happens to the next long haul we do. Although, longest flights in the world is something that I will be doing probably every year now in the summer solstice. Longest flights for the longest day. How far away from Seattle? Seattle we departed from about an hour ago now, so Seattle is now that way. Salt Lake City, now that is 24 plus 15, 39 minutes away in front of us. So we'll be landing about 45 minutes, give or take a few, just for the approach to come in as well. No. Welcome channel Steve, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Welcome channel, welcome to the chat. do enjoy X-Plane. It's a very good simulator, especially the default scenery. A few teething issues at first, won't lie. But then I have given it time it needed, upgraded it, modded it, whatever. Yeah, it's done a very good job for what it has done. How about Flight Sim on console? I presume about the Microsoft Flight Simulator trailer. I mean, Dovetail Games were meant to release Flight Sim mod onto Xbox. Never happened. The sim was cut before they could do that. But Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 will be console compatible. Xbox One and the new one, Projects whatever it's called, will be compatible on that as well, I presume. So that will be coming out in next year, I guess. No, it's not a bad looking sim 2020. A few things in the trailer that people have pointed out. Again, don't forget it is just a trailer so far, nothing actually released, so we'll see what the final product looks like once it does come to fruition. So the Bravo Yankee India point has appeared on our display there, as well as the top of descent. So not too particularly far away now from Salt Lake City. Descending in a couple of moments. Hasn't felt like an hour and a half, that's for sure. And what was it? An hour 21 minutes since we started the stream now. But we've not been doing too bad for our progress. If I check the passenger stats, they don't expect us to land for another hour and 8 minutes. So yeah, we are genuinely not doing bad at all when it comes to our flight time. We land in approximately 30 minutes. So we're coming in about 40 early. Maybe set it to about 20 on the passenger information. We do reach our top descent. Because as always, coming in early is pretty good for satisfaction. Especially on a flight of this length. Welcome, pilots Peanut Butter. How are you doing? How are you doing? More channel, welcome to the chat. So, we'll be at top descent, like I said, in a couple of moments. We'll start descent down. Intercept at Salt Lake City will be... Oh, hold on, actually, what? 6,100. 4,000 feet above sea level. Transition to 18,000, don't forget as well, Drawyah. 30 flaps will set as well for the approach, 132. And then, got to remember that we're in a 739, so try not to flare too much, or you'll definitely be tail tracking this. I'm not too bad. Absolutely boiling, because it is just so hot in London right now. But, not been too bad myself. Not been too bad. And Dubai, 40 hours, can't stay, but have a nice one. Completely, yeah, no worries, man. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later. So, we're now about 100 miles now, top of descent. 100 miles at... Oops, hang on, we're done. Get rid of that message. 285 knots airspeed, ground speed 415. Yeah, we'll be at our waypoint at 2303, 5 minutes. We need some music up in here. Yeah, I've thought about doing music in these streams. I'm not sure though. Some people say yes, some people say no. I've never been able to get like a definitive answer for that. Maybe I'll do like a long poll or something, try and get a few ideas in, see what you guys say. Because I've had some people suggest add music, I've had some people say don't do it. We'll see what happens. If a poll's in order, a poll's in order. Alright, we are now 25 minutes away from our destination. Add another 5 maybe for the approach, another 5 for taxi to gate. 35 minutes till end the flight. Right, I see a lake coming up. It might be the lake we're in question. We're going to be landing at. What was the name? I was told the name a moment ago. Lake Bonneville. So that is our runway of landing. Clear of all runways, clear CLC. United Airlines has just landed here, 5921. We'll be joining them in a couple of minutes, although I presume they'll have long logged out before them. Yeah, so you can see the nicely building up approach path on the Skeets approach we've plugged in. In a couple of moments I'll then set the altitude to the descent. Was it 4,000? Needs to be down at, what was it, 6,000 the intercept for the ILS? 6,100, so yeah, it'll be a 6,000, I'll be setting that too. It's not been a bad flight so far, I must say. The flight's nice and smooth, nothing out of the ordinary. Got the senior up and running in the end, which is always a bonus as well. So, yeah, should be pretty cool for that. And then for me, I guess after the stream, I'll just be heading straight to bed now because I am fairly tired. It's been a long day, but a good one. Has been a very good one. Again, default explained scenery, not looking too bad. There we go. Why are American fuels circles? In the UK, ours are grid, not circles. Hang on, I'm going to have to Google that. Why are fields in America round? Because water falls directly on the crops instead of being shot into the air, as occurs with traditional sprinklers. Ah, right, okay, so it's about the sprinklers. Center pivot irrigation. Okay, that makes sense, because I guess a lot of America is quite dry, so yeah, having a circular pivot. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. The more you know. Alright, so now up to about 40 miles for the top of descent. Bear waypoint 2317 will be reaching that. And then we'll also check the weather at Solek in a couple of moments. Get an idea what the altimeter will be there though while I'm here. So refresh that. Altimeter 3008 as it stands. So I'll plug that into there. 3008, 3008, and the backup. That needs to be on 3008 as well. Whoops, a little fart. There we go. So once we do reach the 80,000 feet, we'll then switch over to that. Alright, 40 miles now with them. We get to about 20, so I'll be setting the landing. Keeping out for Salt Lake City as well. It shouldn't be too far ahead of us. Airport though, not yet into view. Alright, so maybe at the far side of the lake where I am right now. Yes it is, so we'll be crossing the lake entirety before we do make our landing. You know, I still landed that landing here a couple minutes ago, that was a 748. And then there's also another aircraft in the area, also on that, so an A320, Delta Airlines. You've just come in from Detroit, so you've also just landed, so there's no one else coming in on approach. So it's to be the final aircraft in Salt Lake. Not particularly busy at the moment. Yeah, so it's time to arrival 16 minutes. Although again, we'll bring a few more for the actual approach time because 60 minutes will be just as the crow flies. Just go there directly. So count to 20 miles now. Sets the altitude 6,000. Everything else is pretty much alright. Fuel wise, haven't burnt too much of flights so far. I mean, the 737 isn't particularly the highest fuel burner in the world, so that's not the 9. Yeah, quick look at the map. That's where we are. Salt Lake City will just be the other side of this lake. Airport's just over here. Where's the airport? I haven't lost it, have I? There it is. Yeah, so this is where I'll be landing in a couple of moments. That's a no-go zone. I'll presume some military bits. Fair enough. While I'm here, let me have a look for Salt Lake City Delta Gates. So I can at least get that bit of information right. Have we started our descent already? It could have just been the weather change that. Right, does have a Delta Sky Lounge. So I presume the gates will be around that area. So yeah, be the concourse in between terminals 1 and 2. Cool. I'll be landing and parking up there. Right, let us speak to the passengers, give them a final update. Check our time as well. So 50 minutes till arrival. We could be landing in maybe 20, so about 30 minutes. Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. We are soon starting our descent into Salt Lake City and should be arriving in about 20 minutes or so. So we have got in a couple of minutes in the air, about half an hour. And so once again, we do thank you for flying with Delta Airlines, and we hope to see you on a future flight soon. Like I say, we're coming into the top of the descent shortly, and we'll be landing in about 20 minutes. So, no, modify.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck.
Hang on.
Descent into Salt Lake City and should be arriving in about 20 minutes or so. So we have got in a couple of minutes in the air, about half an hour. So once again, we do thank you for flying with Delta Airlines, and we hope to see you on a future flight soon.
I guess passengers are aware now that we are 30 minutes early. So I'll keep them satisfied. 20 minutes to arrival, plus time to get to gate, which should be enough for me. And there you go, heading out to plus our descents. Keep an eye out for drag required. Drag is required, we'll do that in a couple of moments. Quite a steep descent here from Salt Lake, although majority over water, so nothing too mental. go, so the airport itself is now coming into quite a bit of detail. Let's put a bit of spires in, slow us down. Well, they're not particularly too much faster. There's another aircraft not too far from us, 8,000 feet below us. Around these waypoints. We shouldn't particularly come into much contact with them. Trying to figure out who they are. No one I can see. It might be private aircrafts. Premier 1, Foxtrot Hotel Kilo, Romeo Bravo. Flights in deck. Ooh. If that's him... would be interesting, that's for sure. Spires disarm. I mean, I'm just looking at that now. Flights in deck has just appeared, so they could be streaming, I guess. Hang on, that's the channel trailer playing in the background. Oh, keep an eye on that, that's for sure. I don't think that's the aircraft right in front of me on the radar. There's another one ahead of me. 6,000 feet below. It could be together. We won't be able to spot them, I'm afraid. That's just down to how X-Plane loads aircrafts from a distance, but regardless, shouldn't be too much of a hassle. As long as they're out of range, they don't particularly need to be in too much sight. FSX, you'll be able to spot them. P3, you'll be able to spot them, but the LOD distance for AI aircraft and X-Plane is just too shallow for it to really be much of an issue. Pardon me. So we're going to have a right hand turn in a couple of moments. That gets onto the approach in Salt Lake. There we go, there's our right hand turn. Down to 20,000 feet. 1,000 more, and then we bring in the altimeter. Yeah, 'cause now start to see some of the details scenery below come into view. Doing that interesting network down there. What's this? It's all land, not roads. Maybe some sort of mitigation stuff going on there. I'm not quite sure what that is. Alright, Delta 18, altimeter set. There you go, we are now connected to the localizer at Salt Lake. We've just got a little bit further to go if we do come into land. Just quick in my approach information. Hang on. Made that so Salt Lake traffic at 15,000 on the skis for approach. Expecting runway 34 left, ETA. How many minutes till we land? We land in 10 minutes. So in a couple of minutes we'll do the 10 minutes landing call for flight attendants. See what sign comes on. Since we're now coming on the final, we'll do the same for this. See what sign on.
Gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, that's Zulu time. You'd be interested in... not that one. There you go. No, that's dates. There. Local time. Local time in America is what you'd be interested in.
We have begun our final descent into. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat.
Yeah, so that would have been the call for 10 minutes to landing. I'm a little late for that. We'll be able to tell the crew to prepare for landing in a couple of moments. So at 13,000, we'll be holding off for a little bit. Although top percent 13,000, not too far ahead of us either. Speed's 253, so not too far off the 2 knots below 10,000. Also does come setting flaps. Weather's looking clear. Wind's currently at 34 knots, although it will be a... Will runway... might change that actually. Approach... instead of a 3-4 left... might make it a 1-6 right. How's that look? So if we were to then go to 5... cool. Cool. Let me change that. So changing runway to 1-6 left due to winds. ETA approx 5 minutes. So yeah, the winds at runway 16 are much more optimal for us. We make sure that the that's all set for that. So it should be 119164. 119164. I have to do a complete 180 on the Corsair. 164. 164. It should be alright for altitude, I believe. 7,505. Yeah, I'll be able to make that no problem. There you go. That's the flights and deck guy. Flights on runway 35. Yeah, he's not streaming. He's probably just doing a review on the Premiere. I presume that's what he's doing now. Not sure what platform he's on. I have got the aircraft for FSX and P3D. Very good aircraft. I do recommend it. I actually did a review on a little while back for flightsim.com. Actually, just going way too fast for this altitude right now. So I'll set the speed brakes and start setting up the flaps as well for landing. Oh, there's the airport. So I'll continue sending the airplane down and bring this one into land. If I need to declare a missed approach, I'm more than happy to do so. It's not something I particularly need to worry about just yet.
1,000 to go.
Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. That'll be generic.
Cabin crew, please be seated for landing.
Get down.
To go.
There we go. On the final. Okay, Salt Lake City approach. That's what we need to say. Right, single channel approach. We're a little bit off centered, but wind's currently a 9 knot headwind, which is exactly what we need right now. Oh no, sorry, that's the runway. I'm looking at the taxiway over there to the left. Yeah, bang on the approach of the runway right now. So, gear down, 3 greens, flap set 30. 36 knots. Cabin crew has been aware for landing. Everything's pretty much perfect. Auto throttle comes off. And very shortly, we'll also deactivate the autopilot. Bring it in for a manual touchdown. 1,000. Autopilot disconnect. 739, I need to bear that in mind. Otherwise, not expecting any hassle with this landing today. Winds are perfect for this right now. 6 knot headwind. Could not be any better. Here we go.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And down. 133. First thrust sets. 80 knots. Project's Fly, it's very interesting numbers there. No one knows where they get them from, but it does. Yeah, welcome to Salt Lake City. First landing in X-Plane for a 739, and not a bad one, I must say so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated
Right,
until the
that
aircraft
comes
has
off.
come to a complete
Flaps come
stop and the
up.
signal sign is turned off.
These come
Remember to
off.
use caution when
Spoilers
opening
are
overhead bins, as items may have
up.
been shifted during the flight.
And
If this is your
towards the
final
gates,
destination,
those are
thank you
to
for flying
our
with us.
right.
If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
So, how was that? How was that? Not bad if I say so myself. It's on the APU. Left the flaps maybe a little bit late for the approach, but regardless, we get the aircraft down safely within a good speed as well. So, it was a little fast. Fortunately, nothing too problematic for us. So, make a right hand turn here. Unfortunately, by coming in on the closer runway 16, meant that landing was also a little bit quicker as well. Didn't have to go around the entire airport, just down the other side. So, right hand turn we'll make in a moment, once we do find the taxi point for that. And then any one of these gates will do us as Delta Airlines. So yeah, we'll go for maybe one with the static not too far away. Just get on the left here will do us. Little bit more, tiny bit more, and halt. Throttles cut, parking brakes set, APU active, switch to bleeds, and engines off. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check.
Disarm doors and cross check.
Seatbelt sign off, and then we'll speak to the passengers one last time. So with packs active, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Salt Lake City, where the local time is 5:34. Local temperatures are nice and warm, around 25 degrees, and we shall be deboarding the aircraft very shortly. Through the front doors we have the jet bridge, as per usual. Otherwise, once again, we do thank you very much for flying with Delta Airlines, and we hope to see you on 8 future flights very soon. Thank you very much. Again, it cuts me off too early.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Salt Lake City. Where the
And
local
then
time
it
is
shall be
5:34. Local temperatures are nice and warm, around 25 degrees, and we shall be deboarding the aircraft very shortly. Through the front doors we have the jet bridge, as per usual. Otherwise, once again,
we
do
get
thank
next
you very
flight
much for flying
deboarding
with
there.
Delta Airlines.
If not, that's fine. Alright, so what I'll do at this point now. Doors will be opening, passengers will be deboarding. Sets connects. Next page, doors are still locked because we still need to turn off the lights. Tax lights come off. GPU on. APU bleed off. APU off. Right, doors will now be open for our service. Use Fahrenheit Salt Lake City. Oh yes, sorry, you're American. You need to use Fahrenheit. Is there a way to change it? I believe we do. I do apologise. Yes, in America you do use the the metric system. Customize, general. Where is it? Where is it? Can't find it. Hey Google, what's 25 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
25 degrees Celsius equals 77 degrees Fahrenheit.
77. There we go. 77. Alright, anyways, passengers are deboarding now. At least they should be. I'm not sure if they've changed that. I'm going to shut up. With modify. Not a problem. Not a diversion. Could be a
You
request.
got it.
I'm not sure. We're in the flights. That's fine. No reports. Oh no. No, that's rubbish. So did you not detect the flight being over, or what? I mean, the engines are off. We're stationary at gate. Although PAX seems to have lost the flight information completely. That is very annoying. Alright, so we'll quickly end the project flight as well. So turn that off. Complete flights, yes. We've unlocked the achievement, frequent flyer. 50 flights overall, sounds good. And so let's disconnect from that sim. I should close the door first. So it will be not ground handling, it will be doors closed. I'll do a quick replay of the landing. So squawk box disconnect, stick in replay view, and then stick it on final. First things first, go for the interior view. There's a 1 through 3 in the end there, so we'll see how the landing looks from the interior. I'm not expecting any real issues there. It was quite a nice landing overall. So, coming in, over the airport's over the runway threshold shortly as well. There we go. And very nicely, touchdown. Yep, no complaints with that. I'll do it from the other side as well. Just got a short final. Shouldn't be too far away, not at all. So this side we'll be able to see the terminal, as well as the other airport facilities go by. The ground speed at this point was 149 knots, so a little faster than what I'd set it to, but wasn't terrible in any way. Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. One last time from the exterior point of view. Skip a little bit the initial. Yeah, so you approach yourself nice and stable, nothing too major. Like I said, there was only a 6 knot headwind during the approach, so nothing particularly major in terms of stability. Just keeping the aircraft on the runway was just slight rocking. In terms of touchdown zone, based on the interior view, it seemed like we didn't do too bad for that. And it just slightly past the actual main touchdown bit. Otherwise, this view is the one that we all care about. Aircraft comes in. Nice and stable. Here comes the runway. Oh, weather change, thank you. And yeah, not bad. Slight drops at the end, but not bad. Not bad at all. So, yeah, what else is there really now to do for this flight? First time in the Ultimate, I will say, very nice plane overall. Very nice to fly, not too bad to handle. I never actually checked the flight model. Is this its own flight model? That looks concerning slightly. The wings, the tail kind of, It might be the flight model of an 800s. Yeah, this is not the 900 flight model, so that's why I flew it, I guess. Well, it's not a 73, well, it looks like a 739, but on the inside, it's a 738. It's a 738. Checking the front as well. Well, that's just going to be the winds because we are on the ground, but yeah. It is a 738 underneath, but regardless, it's still a great airplane to fly. No problems with this one. And yeah, I'll definitely do a few more 73900 streams if you're interested. Likewise, if you have any route requests or anything, stick them on the Discord server as well, links in the description. And it's something I'll definitely be doing more of in the future, because this was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. So, other than that, what I think I'll do now is head to sleep. It's going up to 1 AM now, quarter to 1. Ouch. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Do leave a like if you did enjoy it. Do subscribe as well. Do check out channel guys for future news as well for the new guys that just joined in. So, thank you very much for viewing as well. And yeah, I'm sure I'll see you guys in the very near future. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night.